Have you ever noticed how the world doesn't stop when yours does? Cars keep driving, people keep laughing, the sun still rises, but you're standing there and something inside you has collapsed. Maybe it was a breakup. Maybe it was a phone call at 2 a.m. Maybe it was a hospital room. Maybe it was 3 words, "It's over," or 4 words, "They didn't make it." And in that moment, it doesn't matter if you are a man or a woman, an uncle, an aunt, a best friend, a husband, a sister. Loss does not discriminate. A man can lose the woman who softened him. A woman can lose the man who made her feel safe. A child can lose the uncle who felt like a second father. A friend can lose the one person who knew all their secrets. And when they're gone, whether by choice or by death, you don't just lose them. You lose who you were with them, the version of you that laughed differently, loved differently, planned differently, felt secure differently. That's the part no one prepares you for. The identity shock. Because when someone leaves, through a breakup or a grave, you are forced to meet a version of yourself you never asked to know. So, the real question tonight isn't, how do you get over it? The real question is, who are you now? One day you will wake up and realize something. You survived the thing you once thought would destroy you. You survived the breakup that shattered your confidence. You survived the funeral that emptied your chest. You survived the silence, the anniversaries, the empty seat, the unread messages, the memories that hit without warning. You survived, and not just as a man, not just as a woman, not just as an uncle, aunt, or friend, but as a human being who learned that love, even when it ends, is proof that you are capable of depth. Listen to me carefully. A breakup does not make you unworthy. Death does not erase what you shared. And grief, whether from rejection or burial, is not weakness. It is evidence that something mattered. You are not weak because you are hurting. You are strong because you are rebuilding with a heart that has been cracked open. And here's the truth that changes everything. The person who left did not take your ability to love. The person who died did not take your ability to live. You are still here, breathing, becoming, learning how to carry memory without being crushed by it. One day, the pain won't disappear, but it will transform. It will become wisdom. It will become boundaries. It will become depth. It will become compassion. It will become strength. And when someone else is standing in the rubble of their own loss, you will be the one who says, "I know this darkness, but I also know the way out." And that is how you honor what you lost, not by collapsing, but by continuing, not by forgetting, but by living in a way that proves love did not defeat you. It shaped you. So, if your world has stopped, breathe. If your heart feels fractured, stand. If you feel like you don't recognize yourself anymore, good. That means you are becoming, and becoming is how we survive. Because survival isn't about going back to who you were. It's about allowing yourself to grow into someone new. After a breakup, you become someone who understands their standards. After death, you become someone who understands time. After loss, you become someone who understands that love is not guaranteed, it is a gift. And gifts, even when they are taken back, still change you. You see, when a man loses the woman he loved, he may question his worth. When a woman loses the man she built her life around, she may question her strength. When an uncle loses a nephew, when an aunt loses a sister, when a best friend loses their person, it shakes identity. Because love attaches itself to who we believe we are. But here is the shift. You were someone before them. You were someone with them. and you are someone after them. Different, yes, but not empty. There is a dangerous lie that loss whispers to us. It says, that was your only chance. That was your only great love. That was your only safe place. That was your only person. That was your only joy. But love is not a one-time event. Love is a capacity, and capacity cannot be buried. Capacity cannot walk away. Capacity lives inside you. That means the ability to love deeply, to connect deeply, to build deeply is still yours. What changes is not your ability. What changes is your awareness. After loss, you love wiser. After heartbreak, you love clearer. After grief, you love with urgency because you understand how fragile everything is, and that awareness is not a curse, it is power. Some of the strongest men you will ever meet are not the ones who avoided heartbreak. They are the ones who felt it and did not shut down. Some of the strongest women you will ever meet are not the ones who were never left. They are the ones who rebuilt without becoming bitter. Strength is not the absence of pain. Strength is the decision to remain open after pain, and that is becoming. Becoming is choosing not to let a breakup turn you cold. Becoming is choosing not to let death make you afraid to love again. Becoming is choosing to say, yes, I was shattered, but I am still standing. Because here is the truth about identity. It is not fixed. It is forged, and every loss you endure adds depth to your character. The man who lost his father becomes the protector. The woman who survived betrayal becomes discerning. The friend who buried their best friend becomes compassionate in ways others cannot understand. Pain, when faced, not avoided, turns into perspective, and perspective is one of the greatest strengths a human being can carry. So if you are in that space right now, if the breakup is fresh, if the funeral flowers haven't dried, if the silence is still loud, do not rush yourself. Do not shame yourself, but also do not shrink yourself, because you are not meant to stay in the rubble. You are meant to rise from it, slowly, imperfectly, but intentionally. Becoming is not dramatic. It's quiet. It's choosing to get up when you don't want to. It's choosing not to text them. It's choosing to go to the event alone. It's choosing to keep living in a house that feels different. It's choosing to breathe through waves of memory instead of drowning in them. Becoming is built in small, brave decisions. And one day, without even realizing it, you will laugh again. You will feel peace again. You will feel excitement again. Not because you forgot, but because you expanded. Your heart did not shrink from loss. It stretched. It made room for grief and strength at the same time. And that is the miracle of being human. We break and we build. We grieve and we grow. We lose and we learn who we are without what we lost. So if you are asking yourself tonight, who am I now? You are someone in the process. You are someone evolving. You are someone becoming, and becoming is not just how we survive. It is how we honor every love that ever touched our lives.